Welcome to Austin, Texas, and Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, where the horns are up and this burnt orange crowd is ready to help Texas hook 'em. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. Kentucky ready to go toe meets leather and start this game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas's offense will go to work first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. Got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football.
He's loose. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. It's complete. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Fires to the tight end. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. He wants to throw it again. Just a little off. Incomplete. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the...
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
And he missed it. No good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. So Kentucky's offense will get the ball for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Thanks to grab. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Quickly complete. Got room at the 35. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the shuffle.
And he was off target there, but I tell you what, I'll expect to see more of that. They do a really good job in this offense of getting the running back the football in the passing game. Just let him make plays, let him be a difference maker, ball getting to him in space. So I expect we'll see more of that throughout this game.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. down, going up top. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for 3, and now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. The give to the tailback. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to the ground. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky!
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw. It's Manning. Just a short pass to the tight end. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Pass completion moves the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. Got it behind the line. It's Washington. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Wingo. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down. Under fire. It's complete to the left. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The Longhorns decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off, and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Never had a chance. One coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. The give to the back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Got his man on the right. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Use the play fake, now to throw. They're working that left side.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've reached the break, and Kentucky is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but, man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards of field position. They'll start this drive going to the air. Gets it out quickly. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
From the 30-yard line on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quick strike complete. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. The Longhorns will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And you race it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! They'll try to add another to their lead.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he's showing all of those attributes right there.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll call for the fair catch here. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. QB draw. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference. Be great in your conference. Get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse, Paulo, but great start.
No doubt. To win the SEC is a long road. You know about that. I know about that personally. And they just got to take one game at a time. They've done an outstanding job of doing that this year.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, running back gets the give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Wants to throw. It's Manning. Fires downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they got one, and they're at the 35. And the Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is locked in this game so far. They've been shutting this offense down. I think one of the biggest reasons why is they are not letting this running back do anything in this game. They are trying to make them one-dimensional. They're being physical close to the line of scrimmage. They've had a really good game plan. They are executing beautifully.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll be stopped at the 32. Still ground to cover if they want to convert, and 4th down is coming. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. They pick up a 5.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
And the Wildcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Grabbed over the middle. It's Brown. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got the back over the middle.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. And you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to throw again. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm tap.
It's a running room. Run out of bounds falls just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. With the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. The sneak scores it.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And the extra point puts them on top by 1. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
To the air, it's Manning. Wide open downfield. Smashes ahead. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They might be thinking back-to-back big plays after that last one. 1st and 10 from the 32. Motion from the wide receiver. Unloads quickly. How many guys are left grabbing for air as he gets it to the 26-yard line?
Well, we knew coming into this one the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Looks as if they're going to pass on a chance to take the lead with the field goal and go for it on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and
unloads it downfield. He's got it down the left. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively?
Going to take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with seconds left.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell that he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with the receivers was good. And today, everything just looks off. And
sends it downfield. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll start the third quarter with the run. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
you know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Makes the grab on the left. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Keeps it on the draw. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
They go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Did make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs. Here comes the Texas offense.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Rushes on him. Takes the easy one to the back. Turning it on.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Give to the back. It's a seam wide open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll move the tight end. Holds and fires complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Fires to the big fella. Oh, a lot of space. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. And the Longhorns are rolling down the field. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Finds the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved him forward just a few.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
And he'll go out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they've got it right on the doorstep. The Longhorns trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Longhorns! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, Dave.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes...
And that's a live ball. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover.
And he was under so much stress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Backed up now, here's second and long. Quick completion on the out. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space, it's McGowan. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Awesome job there on third down by the QB, working through his progressions. He wanted to go downfield, but the defense took everything away. So his eyes come down, he finds the drag route underneath, makes a good throw, and his guy does the rest to pick up the first.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They just keep firing. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, you get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wide receiver comes in motion. Out of the gun to give to the back. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's second and 6. Scanning the field, it's Manning. Got it in the middle, it's Bingo. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking downfield on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's caught. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. Oh, he's
himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Marches ahead. Dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or two to answer about that decision. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab. It's Wilcox. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Trying to get behind the defense. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They've made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Wildcats. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off season to get on the same page. You can see he hits them in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And the extra point is good. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll run the RPO and throw it right.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The give on the inside. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run. The run.
Wide open spaces. The 40.
That is a nice break for the offense. Man, those are plays that you don't think about down the road, but those are turnovers. They just bounce a little bit in the direction of the defense. You're so jacked up. You create momentum, juice. It could change the game. That's a great break for the offense.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Grab behind the line. It's Moore. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Right on target this time. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt...
He'll take a shot. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem...
Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. The return never really got started, but boy, he had... They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Off the play fake on 1st down, the throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Under fire. And the ball's out. Who's going to get it? And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Looking to the big tight end. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the 2nd half, but we saw them...
They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, it just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've